Now let's start off number 16 NC State at number 3 Clemson. These teams are undefeated, and some people say NC State hadn't played anybody because they were going to play the Mountaineers of West Virginia, and that got canceled. So we're going to see how this goes. They're undefeated. Trevor Lawrence, he comes in there, he's slinging the ball, but as Mark, you brought up, Clemson said, we're just going to run the ball. When we need to run the ball, we're going to run the ball, and they're running the ball. So Ryan Finley, great quarterback, NC State. We're going to see how that's going to go. Talk to us, Mark. Is this close or is this a blowout?
This is going to be a blowout in my mind. I think when you look at both these teams, we should get the best out of each team because they're both coming off byes. But I think you look at the way that Clemson left the field against Wake Forest, 63-3, had over 470 yards rushing on the ground, 3 running backs over 100 yards in that game. Trevor Lawrence, a quarterback, 20 of 25, a couple of touchdowns. They were hitting it on all cylinders, and their defense was phenomenal, giving up just 3 points in that game. I think right now when you look at their defense, they're finally putting it together. With these teams both being healthy, I think Clemson has just too many athletes in this football game, and I don't think it's going to be close in this game against NC State. I think it's going to be a long day for NC State's quarterback, Ryan Finley, Coach.
Well, he's had a tremendous career, Ryan Finley has at North Carolina State. But they beat Boston College last week by 5 points. And Boston College did not have Dillon, the great running back. It's a nucleus of their offense. So to only beat them by 5, that surprised me. In addition to that, they do not have a very, very impressive win. You look at NC State, they beat BC by 5 without Dillon. They beat the University of Virginia. And then they beat a couple teams that I think play 8-man football. But in any event, you go back to Clemson. I agree with you about running football. Travis Lawrence is the real deal. I think people are going to learn more about how efficient he is, how effective he is. But the offensive line, 3 seniors and 2 juniors in the offensive line in Michigan. Of Clemson. And my feeling is, if your offensive line are the leaders of the football team, you're going to have a good football team. The running backs always tell you how many yards I averaged. Quarterbacks, how many yards I threw for a reason. Offensive line, there's only one statistic. How many games did we win? That's why I think Clemson will win the game 37-21.
Well, this will be the 87th meeting. The Clemson's won 13 of the last 14.
But I went 4-0 against Clemson when I was at NC State.
I got Clemson winning 47-27.
47-27.